Just lost your job? Just lost your Medicaid? Welcome to the adult version of Choose Your Own Adventure. I've created a new tool. It can save you thousands depending on your situation. It's the best new tool I've created in over a year. Let's get into it. Welcome to Jay's Corner. My name's Jay O. I'm a certified financial planner. I'm the author of Maximize Your Medicare, and I'm Education Fellow at the Alliance for Lifetime Income. So what is going on here is if you get unemployed, whether that be involuntarily or voluntarily from a large employer, you're entitled to COBRA. Choosing between ACA and COBRA is very frequently the very first question that you'll have. I created this new tool to help you decide. So here's the tool here. It's in the link below. It allows you to input your information. So let's just call yourself 40 and I'll put you in, let's just call it Illinois. So now you live in Chicagoland and you have two people. And what you have here is you've got a total household size, and then you've got how many people are requiring coverage. So then we are going here, and then we go to next. And at any point in time, you can reach out to us, get our private assistance. You just click next. This is the household income that you've made year to date. So let's just put it at $45,000. And let's say that you're going to get $100 a month for whatever reason. Let's say that there are 7 months available for the rest of the year. So that puts you at $700. It adds them together, and so now it's important to know what these dates are because COBRA and the ACA have different timelines. It can be a big advantage to you, but you need to know what the rules are. We handle that all here in this tool by just putting in here. Let's leave it blank for today. This is the COBRA premium for you and the household in that instance. So let's just call it $4,500 here. And let's call it family coverage. We're going to calculate a result. And out comes your first estimate, which is for the rest of the year, the $1,400 from today, starting at the first of the next month, is going to be $9,800. You can see it. We show you the math, which is $1,400 a month for 12 months, but for the remainder of the year, $9,800. Here we've got these other attributes to COBRA, meaning that you get to keep your doctors, no need to research new plans because that's what you've had in the past. You get to maintain your existing coverage and benefits. In addition to that, if you've paid deductible or made progress towards the out-of-pocket maximum, those are also retained under COBRA. Under the ACA, what you have here is the fact that you could have, under healthcare.gov, you could have saved $1,064 given your income and household size and location. For the rest of the year, that means that you would have paid $1,288. And you can say that's your remaining cost. Now, the fact is, the out-of-pocket maximum can be much higher. This is the benchmark here for the out-of-pocket maximum. So the main points here is that you can qualify for the APTC, which is Medicaid expansion. Note that this is subject to change based on the current political climate and what is going to happen in 2026 and years forward. You can't just set and forget it, ever, on financial matters, and especially not when it comes to health insurance. These are not always negative, because it also means that you can adjust if your specific situation changes. For example, maybe you had hip replacement and that becomes resolved, in which case you're now Mr. Perfect. Now the next year, you may not require a health insurance plan which has such robust coverage. So I don't want to leave it as always a negative. It's not necessarily always a negative. The Affordable Care Act means no pre-existing clause. So in other words, if you've got a health situation and you know that you're going to need ongoing care, you cannot be refused coverage under the ACA. Here we give you the idea of the potential savings for the remainder of the year, which in this case is a whopping $8,512 for the rest of the year. This doesn't mean, with a blanket statement, that COBRA is always bad. There are certain situations, many situations, where staying on COBRA may be important. For example, your network may be inferior, in which case this entire panel here becomes impractical, because you've got a plan under COBRA where the networks are far superior and you depend on those particular doctors. That's up for you to judge what we are doing on whether or not it's going to meet, whether or not the stability of COBRA in this instance is worth $8,500. For many people, the answer is no. I didn't say for every person. One size simply does not fit all. At every point in time here, you can get our private expert guidance just by clicking this and then filling out the contact form. We'll get back to you within 24 hours. Very important extra information here as you think about this. Things to consider, things to compare between COBRA and the ACA. And you can see it here. The preferred doctors. The fact is that COBRA, you can stay with your doctors. Under the ACA, you've got to go and specifically know the information about the plan that you would choose. And maybe that means starting over. It's up to the buyer, that means you, on whether or not it's worth the price, the difference in price. You could have a specific family situation. In other words, for example, you could have a very large family, 6 people, and you had one COBRA price, which is you plus family. In which case, this math of money here could be entirely different. Timing does matter here. It's important to know that COBRA has a very specific set of timelines. The ACA has a very different set of criteria when it comes to when you can start applying. There's an application deadline, and then the coverage starts at a date in the future. You need to know this eyes wide open. There's a strategic timing approach where you can save even more than what I've suggested here. That'll be up to you. I don't suggest that people do this by yourself. It's simply a lot of details. You can see all the details here. There's a reason that we spent time in making the tool for people. Here, important stuff here, because what we've done here is shown you how we came up with the math. Right? It's one thing just to say, okay, well, you can get these savings. But you need to know how we arrived. Right? We had the 45,000. We had the extra 7. We've had all of the different complicated calculations in creating this savings here. It all feeds back up to this number. All in this tool. The reality is that you'll want to go through here, take a look. The clear conclusion for me, obvious one, we're not going to charge you to give you our insight on what you would use. Maybe it's just the peace of mind. Maybe you need actual extra drill down because one of these medical procedures, for example, one of your situations is covered better under COBRA than the ACA. So that we're agnostic. We want people to get the best overall solution, the best overall answer for your household. Be sure to click on the link. The tool's easy to use. That said, making decisions and then executing, those are separate matters entirely. For that, we suggest our private guidance. We can't force you to do so. There's no obligation. The tool is there for you. If you've liked today's video, We have so much information over here about complicated topics, trying to water it down, trying to give you the information you need. We're very sure that the information in here under the newsletter, Jay's Corner, jo.substack.com, invaluable for every age division, for all different types of lifetime situations. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I always forget to ask that. I'm terrible at asking for it. Please do that. It helps me. It helps the channel. It helps somebody that you know who should have this information but doesn't.